How's it going, everyone? It's Bomberman Dan with Clan Dino Gaming with another professional Starcraft 2 replay. And this game is EGHuK versus Leenock on Antigua Shipyard. This is an MLG map. And this is actually the second game of a match that I had uploaded earlier between the same two players. And I don't know why I didn't upload it immediately afterwards. Probably because I'm stupid. I don't know. I was just threw that out there, and then I think I did a EGHuK versus Liquid Hero game, and I was like, well, that's stupid of me. I should have done I should have finished the match between the two. So anyhow, this is the second game between the two players. In the first game, we saw EGHuK open up with some Zealot Sentry Void Rays against Leenock. Leenock held that off pretty well and managed to go in for the win with some Zerglings and Infestors, and took care of EGHuK right there. We do see EGHuK make a pylon on the low ground here, so anything can really happen here. He's going to scout with this probe to see whether or not he should build a gateway, or maybe a forge for Forge Fast Expand, because that pylon is in a good position for that. And overall, we do see a spawning pool down by Leenock, so we could see some early Zergling aggression from him. And EGHuK just making sure that he does have a good position to throw down a forge, because that spawning pool is not up yet, so he doesn't have to worry too much about any really early Zerglings, and we'll be able to fend off with a cannon or two. Just some probe harassment here, maybe trying to prevent a hatchery from going down from that drone. And we do have our good old scouting overlord right here, going in, taking his time, going straight for EGHuK's expansion, or soon-to-be expansion. And will we see a cannon go down? Oh, there it is. There's the cannon. So we do have a cannon going down by EGHuK. The spawning pool is now up, and we do have some Zerglings on the way. So EGHuK should be in a decent position here. He does have a fairly decent wall off sort of here. It will take the Lings to get around this a little bit, and he should be able to pretty much kill them all with this cannon, or should be able to just finish them up with his probes. It's not a big deal. We do still have this probe, poking around, seeing what's up, continuously looking for stuff. And we do have a hatchery going down at the high yield, followed by a little bit of Zergling aggression by Leenock, doing some risky moves here. Hopefully that should pay off for him if he can get that going, but that is pretty exposed, not very close to his main right here. So he's got quite a way to go. EGHuK does actually spot that, and the cannon does prevent these Zerglings from entering the base. He does only lose one, so not that big of a deal. EGHuK's expansion is actually almost down, and we do see a pylon right here. Will we see a sort of cannon play by EGHuK, who may actually get this off, but it will be spotted by Leenock, and nice try there for EGHuK, trying to get everything going, and a big drone transfer to his high yield expansion. EGHuK does get his natural up and running right about now, and does have a gateway to produce units. A big probe transfer by EGHuK to his natural, and the cybernetics score down to start producing some gateway units. That Zealot should help defend this base, but not really any aggression will be going on right now, because all we have is Zerglings out on the field, so not too much of a problem there for EGHuK. And it does look like it'll be sort of a macro game, as both of our players already have expansions up and running. So definitely some big unit play we'll probably be seeing. And just taking his time, killing this pylon, not in a rush. Should be okay. We do have metabolic boost on the way for Leenock, so definitely get some Zergling speed up because of the distance. Definitely for this expansion, which is actually a good idea. He has to run all the way down here with his units to defend this base, so Zergling speed will be very helpful. Probably even try to see some creep going down here for units like Hydras, if he so chooses to go like that, because in the last game we did see some Void Rays from EGHuK, so Hydras would be a rather, good play by Leenock if he has to. And we see some pressure from EGHuK with these Zealots, but Leenock should be able to hold on pretty well with this. He's got a Queen, some Zerglings, and a Spine Crawler almost up. So EGHuK should probably not be able to do too much here, is cutting away these Zerglings and does manage to get that Zealot out of there. So actually decent micro by EGHuK. Does not lose any units right there. So pretty good play. We do have another drone transfer down here. Just trying to get this high yield going up as well as you can, because I mean, a high yield expansion very early in the game will actually have really good results for you, because you'll be mining so much more even if you're on the same amount of base, which they are right now. EGHuK does have, is it only one gateway up right now? Yeah, but we do see more gateways going down for more units to come out. We see who's going to need that, because we are getting in that stage of the game where Leenock is going to start be able to producing a lot more units. And we do have an infestation pit down, so, and a Hydralisk den, so we will probably see more infestors coming down just like in the last game, and some Hydras. So as I was saying again, he's probably getting ready for some sort of Stargate play, which we do have. So again, EGHuK's going with some Void Rays, but we do see a bigger gateway composition than last game. He really didn't use any Stalkers at all, that I'm pretty sure he didn't, and he is using them this game, so a little bit more gateway friendly there. This probe still scouting around, trying to get good reads on them, but is going to lose that. And we do see Leenock going for his natural, so will be one base ahead of EGHuK if he can hold on to that. And tons of upgrades for Leenock. We have Hydra armor, and we have +1 missile attack. So his Hydras will be doing actually a rather large amount of damage with those upgrades. And a couple Hydras out right now. There's one, and are they transferring that? Yep, there's 3 more. And this expansion will be going rather soon. We do see some Zealot play in here due to a pylon. Will it be able to do a lot? We do have a Hydra coming out, and the Hydra will get away. EGHuK not doing too much damage with these Zealots. Oh, gosh. So EGHuK not doing too well with those Zealots. And you see some pressure at the high yield by these Stalkers, but really won't be doing too much there either. EGHuK's got to either sit back and get some more production going, maybe snag a 3rd base, or really needs to put a lot of pressure on Leenock, because Leenock is in a very good position. He's got a high yield, fully mining. He's got tons of units right now, and he just got his 3rd base, which he's going to start mining on. And EGHuK isn't doing too much, just got Warp Gate technology, so we'll be able to make a lot more units. We will see some push here by Leenock, and the supply is rather close, so it could go either way. We do have sentries for force fields, so some good force field micro actually would be very helpful in this situation. A big warping of sentries, actually a huge warping of sentries, and nice force fields by EGHuK, going to kill off quite a few Zerglings there, so always a good win there. Units lost, we have it favoring EGHuK there by about half. We do have a Spire going down. Where is that guy? Where's the Spire? Come on. Where's the Spire? Oh my gosh, I can't find the Spire. There's the Spire. We do have a Spire going down, so we might see some Mutalisks there. Definitely would be great for this map. Very big map. Mutalisks run around, you know, forcing units out of position. Which is always kind of a key thing, like as well as drops, and you know, so you saw that pylon play down here, trying to get a person's army out of position so you can do small pokes, like EGHuK's poke at this high yield with his Stalkers. You know, even if you don't do too much damage with that drop or with that Mutalisk harass or whatever, you do occasionally force units out of position, maybe cut some Stalkers from the army to keep them back in the mineral line, just stuff like that, which will be rather helpful. So we do have +1 air attack and +1 ground melee attack by Timber, in a huge swell of 7 Mutalisks that are coming in. EGHuK, on the other hand, is choosing to go Robo Bay Colossus with extended thermal lances, which will be definitely good against those Hydralisks, fry those Hydralisks really well, and especially the Zerglings, if he has a decent army to back him up there, because a lot of Zerglings against Colossus actually aren't that good if they can get us around. So we do see some Hydralisks coming in the back of EGHuK's main. Will they be able to do a lot? He does have a lot of Stalkers up here. He did spot that and will be able to hold that off for right now. But again, he did force a lot of Stalkers up at the main, and a nice push is coming down here, which could do a lot of damage because he is out of position by half of his army. And he's going to force the cancel on both of these cannons. And he is actually going to try to destroy this destructible debris down here, so he has easy access to EGHuK's 3rd base. Leenock, on the other hand, is deciding to get a 4th down here while he's doing some pressure. You know, always a good time to expand is when you're attacking. That way you know where your enemy's army is, and you can always do some pretty good moves there. Definitely, because you are forcing them to sit back and defend rather than attack, but you do have to watch for small pushes like drops and stuff like that. And he will be able to clean up these Stalkers down here, but the Colossus does get a fungal on them and does clean up the Stalkers on the high ground, but EGHuK will be able to take out these Hydralisks and actually may lose these these Colossus due to these Mutalisks. Oh, get them out of there, EGHuK! You gotta get them out! Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh gosh, oh, the Stalkers came in just at the right time. EGHuK does get his third base up and is not mining at all, but he does get that up rather well. We do see another push here by Leenock with some more Mutas and Zerglings, but EGHuK does have a pretty good control on this. A huge wall of units, more Mutas, more Zerglings down here. Definitely a lot of units here, 152 to supply to 108. Definitely favoring Leenock. Units lost, though, is still favoring Leenock by not that much. A couple hundred here and there, but definitely in the late game that isn't as important. We do see a big Mutalisk attack coming in here, but these cannons are actually going to go down. EGHuK's going to have to move his army out of position. These Stalkers are going to come up here and push these Mutas out of here, but he does lose a lot of probes. Oh my gosh, EGHuK just lost all of his probes in his main, except for like that one mining gas. Oh my gosh, good hit there by Leenock. Workers killed 19 to 3. Wow, that's really got to hurt EGHuK in that position, who is fully mining on his natural and actually fully mining on his third base, so isn't in that big of a trouble. But we do have a ton of Mutas, a huge Mutaball coming down here to his third. He does spot that, so he will be moving those out of there, but will he lose the Nexus? It looks like Leenock could kill the Nexus if he wants to. He is going to kill the Nexus, and that is going to be a huge problem for EGHuK. And this is another thing. His Mutas are over here taking a lot of damage, but he has forced the Stalkers over here. Good read by EGHuK is going to move his Stalkers over to his natural. He has to move those Stalkers to his natural to prevent those Mutas from going in and killing all those probes, which is a hard thing for a Protoss player to fend off, is these huge Mutaballs that you just really can't even move out of your basin, or they'll just come by and destroy everything. And we do see Leenock in a very good position of a full army, 200 supply, Banelings, tons of them, and tons of Zerglings. It is not looking good for EGHuK right now, who is on his way for Blink Stalker to try to take care of these Mutas. That will be a very effective way to kill those Mutas with Blink Stalker, but it might not be enough because there are a ton of Zerglings and Banelings, an absolute ton. Plus, Leenock has gotten his 5th base. I think this might actually be the end for EGHuK, is just not able to hold on by all this harass. It is definitely not looking good, and there's going to be a big push here by Leenock. Oh, EGHuK, the force fields go down. Oh, and does actually manage to take out a lot of these Zerglings. Really cut down the supply a lot, but he is going to lose everything over here that his third was on, and definitely will not be getting this expansion. EGHuK is going to move out. He knows he needs this third, and we will see a lot of force fields going down to stop the Banelings. EGHuK is actually doing a really good job of not letting these Banelings connect. Very good job there. He's got his Blink Stalkers going, but it's going to connect and kill all of his Stalkers. Oh gosh, yeah, and there's the GG by EGHuK. Actually, a really good force field micro there at the end of the game, but did not hold on too well, so congratulations to Leenock for winning this best of 3 against EGHuK. Good game by both players. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later.